Welcome back to all the action. Yes, we're in here. Round 3, guys. Round 3. We're here with GG83 versus the boys TA, EXG, EXL, and Sky allies. All in zone 4. And as you can see, GG were winning those at beginning fights and now got the flag to that point where we were watching all the fights going on. And we're going to see what happens next in this fight. Again, this is all happening in day 1, guys, and we've covered all of this in a massive 11-hour stream. So if you want to watch the whole war and everything in one go, you can go and check that out. But let's look at today's video highlights of GG83 versus the TA family allies in server 2005. Hello guys, yes, smash a like button and subscribe for more daily videos with me, MrSneakyy. I am an official Call of Dragons content creator and we're here again covering more PvP. We've got GG83 and TA. This is technically round 3 on the table. We've been covering, as you guys know, all different alliances and stuff within all the PvP. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the coverage, and if you want, again, your server or your fights to be covered, if I'm live or online, just put a message in the Discord or send me a message in game, and if I'm online you'll see me reply and check you guys out, and obviously hopefully get you guys recorded for a future video. So here we have GG83, and we saw that flag at the pinnacle point, and what happened was obviously they was able to defend, build that flag, and now build this next one. And this is a very dangerous flag because this flag area is very close to the TA flag. This is honestly within touching distance. There's only one flag separating between both alliances right here, and as soon as that flag is planted, and whoever plants it first is going to technically have the right to obviously attack or defend the other players, right? So it's going to be a very important fight here what we're going to be watching, because we're seeing obviously GG83 now trying to move forward and take control of this land, and you can see 15 minutes time TA are going to be able to obviously either deploy another flag themselves or obviously defend if they choose to. And it's a very crazy fight. This is what is basically mastermind tactics. This is if you're an R4 officer and you're thinking of strategy or war plans, these are the war plans that they are going through, right? And maybe you're a normal player, maybe just an officer, or maybe just like me who kind of just wants to play the game and have fun, right? But this is what they are basically playing with. These are the stakes, right? They are working with these timers. They know if they can defend this flag on from the TA perspective and they can stop GG83 from building it in time, guess what? They can put their flag down, destroy this flag, and be a more offensive position compared to obviously GG83. So it is a very important one, and we know obviously if GG83 can defend this area and obviously kill the TA guys here and obviously push it forward, it would allow them to obviously kill the builders on the TA flag that we saw and delay their flag. So this is a very basically midway point, if you want to call it, in the war between these two alliances, right? Because there's so much at stake, and hopefully I've explained that with all of the intro, if you want to say, or up-to-date information of what's going on in the situation, right? So now let's look at some of the PvP, because we can see amazing, again, artifacts being used. You can see a massive variety. We can have the Breath of Gigantis being used. We have obviously Infernal Flames, which is the Phoenix Eye. We have as well, and when we also see, which is a really nice thing to see, Tear of Arbon. And honestly, I think Tear of Arbon is getting more and more used, not even because of the healing is nice, but when you see it, it's actually because of the defensive stats. The amount of defensive stats you actually get out of that thing just makes your mages, even as a T4 player, if you've got some really good tech behind you, you can take some good damage from obviously T5 players. And there's some obviously players as well which has been experimenting use an Indis. And as we've done already in one of our videos before, if you want to check it out, you know, we have covered how powerful Indis could be. You know, people are more and more going into it. They really like the 50% counter-attack damage reduction on it. It means as a T4 player, you honestly do not take that much damage from a T5 player. It's a really, really powerful mechanic. And again, you are really, really helping your team. You are applying infirm to enemy targets, healing your, obviously, allies, and then, obviously, dealing damage yourself with whatever mage you might be running with that Indis. So here, though, what we can see is GG83 using, obviously, Valens, Lilias, and obviously Fears with a couple of Wildeers in there for maybe the other players that are running maybe a Wildeer Valen combo, or even like a Wildeer Alwyn combo, right? And you can see the effectiveness of it, right? We can see all of the troops now come from GG83 around the pinnacle point because they've built that flag. They have a very quick refresh timer and they're able to sustain this and slowly get control now of this area. And they're able to, as you can see, target, and this is the game we played on the other episode which you guys enjoyed, the misposition game. So anyone here that is basically out of position, you're going to see GG83 focus those guys down and instantly melt them down. And we're always painting these arrows on just to showcase how quick you can basically determine someone's out of position and if everyone's on the same page. And that's obviously from playing together for so long, you will obviously get that focus down and you're going to be murdering people, right? And you can see some people just get absolutely melted. And TA currently on the back foot here, right? And they need to refresh their murder ball. And that's the funny thing. That is exactly what happens. If we fast forward, we're going to see now the murder ball on the TA side, it's slowly getting a little bit lower and lower. And the GG's murder ball is getting larger and larger. But out of nowhere, TA rejuvenate. TA out of literally just refresh all of their troops, and here they come. Everyone's online. They've woken up. Maybe they've finished work. Maybe they've finished school. Who knows, right? But they are here to play. And TA now know what's at stake. So they now need to push because maybe that flag, as we know, only needed 15 minutes to be completed. It's going to have now around 5 minutes to complete, and then they're good to go on the build. So they really do need to take control of this area. So if we fast forward it now, and we're going to see over time again, you can see how the fight is developing here, right? You can see TA doing some nice fighting, gobbling here for GG83, trying to push in with the GG guys here, but I think this is maybe an overstep on the GG part. Why? Because you're going to start seeing from here TA getting confident. There's no front line, and because there's no front line, we can see players like Turk here actually on the outside. He's out of position, but he is able to get away with it and actually target some of these guys that are just walking out of position themselves. Like, he's getting maximum value out of it. And we can see again the murder ball now very, very wide. It's very, very long. It's actually very scary to see this, because again, if you know TA are now feeling confident, this means they're gonna be pushing if they're feeling confident. And you can see the difference from earlier. We've only skipped 5 minutes of time there in a quick little time lapse, as you could see the units moving obviously independently, but look at the difference and how small the ball used to be and how big it is now, right? And if we skip it even further now, we're going to start seeing a very different picture. Look at this. TA are getting confident. TA are now holding, if we pause it, a very offensive position. Why is this offensive? Pretty simple. They're saying we are literally touching your flag, boys. And if you want this flag, guess what? You're going to have to walk towards us, and we are going to absolutely murder you. And by doing this, it's going to allow them to obviously move forward and eventually, hopefully, take control of this space, which is very important for them, because as you guys know, if they can control that zone, they're going to be able to build their flag first and allow them to go on the offense and try to destroy this flag being built by the GG Alliance, right? So here we go. TA now going into the offensive. You can see again the tier of hour being used on some of the mage players, getting some fantastic kills there, but they're going in. Shadow Games being used. The Time Bomb. Divine Mercy. Again, all on the TA side. Artifacts coming out from them. All the focus are getting shifted on players out of position. Like this little meat Josak that's just above us. He's literally getting targeted straight away because he's out of position. As soon as he's out of position, guess what? They're going to go on a fresh target. Yes, GG are pushing forward here, but that's just because TA are repositioning and taking out, obviously, players that shouldn't be there. And now, as you can see, look at the offensive. They're pushing straight away back and pushing GG backwards. And we're going to see this in, again, a time-lapse. GG are looking very poised. And what that means is they're looking very strong. If we pause it, you can see they're holding and now they're building this area. So they're very, very confident, and TA needs to stop this, right? TA needs to stop this. So what is going to go on? Pretty simple. Let's gather our troops. And obviously GG holding very, very strong. And I like this, you know, they're holding strong. More builders. So they're getting this up to 13%. Really powerful push, but TA are going to address it, right? They have to. They can't just allow this to just go on free. And here we go. But TA guys are now slowly coming back. They have won that little bit of fight that was occurring a couple of minutes ago. And now the murder ball is coming up. And now, because that murder ball is coming up, guess what? These builders are free taking, so it's going to be scary if you're a builder player here, and maybe if you're only a T4 player, you might get absolutely shredded, which I do apologize. I can't say you're going to be the best of, roles if you're building, but everyone has to have a builder. Without builders, guess what? The flags ain't going to get dropped, and if the flags ain't getting dropped, guess what? You ain't taking potentially the dragon for zone 4, right? But here we go, TA on the offensive now. Like I said, we are watching this beautiful time lapse where we saw GG83 with their plan having to basically take control of that zone, which they tried to do, and you saw it very successfully happen for basically about 20 minutes. It was about 10 to 20 minutes they had that covered. But then with TA fighting on the back foot, basically started winning the war of attrition in that fight, and now they are pushing forward. They are pushing forward. You can see the Shadow Games coming out from the Kanara March there, even the Phoenix Eye being dropped again by Lily Marches, and that is basically TA winning round 3. Let's just say round 3, and TA successfully pushing GG back here, and this is what we expected. Hopefully a really good war, and I'm glad we're getting a really good war from everyone here. And this isn't it, guys. This isn't it, because you're gonna see a little bit of a yo-yo effect, because what I mean by that is now TA obviously controlling this zone, and now they're moving forward themselves. You can see them pushing up. We're gonna see them hold this very tight line, exactly like the GG83 guys just did earlier down here while Nemo was attacking, obviously, the TA side. But the difference is TA are holding it for a little bit longer. That's the scary thing. We're going to skip it through, and you can see the timer, remember, in the top corner here. Just showcases what the time is during all of these fights as we're skipping through this massive, long 30-minute footage that we've cut down, time-lapse, just for you guys so you can see what's going on. But here we are, done, 25 minutes later, one epic fight, and TA victorious. TA actually win round 3 in this absolute almost boxing match phenomenon here. We're going round for round. GG winning the first 2. TA coming in the round 3 with the comeback and being able to basically take control of this land. And it allows them, as you can imagine, to more importantly build a flag to the east to now threaten to destroy, obviously, this flag. And you might not think that from what we've watched, but that is because, again, you got to think of the big picture. They need to be able to obviously gain this space here in order to drop their flag first and get their builders there and have, as you can see, the position of these guys up in this top corner to protect any builders that could be on our right side, right? So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. That is going to be round 3, and we're going to just time-lapse it again, just so you can see that this isn't just me ending the video, you know, and just thinking TA did it one little small push and won. This is just showcasing, guys, look, TA did win for quite a while, held this area for the time they needed to hold it. As you can see, GG trying to push through from the top side, but TA holding that zone for as long as they needed, and guess what? The flag got dropped. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. That is round 3. We're going to go into round 4 and part 4, obviously, of this series. If you've been enjoying it and enjoying all the other PvP footage we've been covering from all of the different alliances, guess what? Slap a like, hit the subscribe button, show some love, put the notification bells on, and you know whenever I go live or when, obviously, videos go up on the channel. And until then, stay safe, stay sneaky, and put an amazing comment in the comment section below.